Hi everyone! In this video, I will share with you a 4-pose restorative sequence. This can help you de-stress from your day and it can aid in giving you better sleep. So for the sequence, what you would need are 2 bolsters, a blanket, and 2 blocks. So for the bolsters, if you don't have a bolster, you can use any pillow, maybe somewhat firm. These bolsters I got from Urban Ashram. This blanket, I got this 100% cotton blanket from Iyengar, Manila. But if you don't have this kind of blanket, that's fine. You can use any folded towel from your bedroom. And 2 blocks that you can get from any sports store. So we start off in a kneeling position. And then we'll grab our bolster. And we'll place it in between our inner knees. And then maybe big toes come together or slightly apart as you fold forward, and then just let your chest rest on the bolster. Arms can be where they're most comfortable, maybe hugging the bolster, maybe hands wrapping around the legs. And as you stay here, connecting with your breath, soften what needs to soften. And then if you feel that it's a bit too low for your bolster, you have the option to lift it up a little bit higher by placing a block underneath the bolster. And you can adjust the block height to where it's comfortable for your head or where it's comfortable for your front body to completely relax. And then after a few cycles of breath, make sure that you turn your head the opposite way so that we balance the stretch at the neck. And then making the breath easy and soft as you lay still. And then from here, as you come up, we'll take the block away. We'll set the bolster off to the side. And then we'll set up using the blanket for your head. You can use any blanket that's comfortable for you. And then make sure the 2 bolsters or your 2 pillows are framing you or right beside your hips. And then as you lie down, we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. Maybe do a few circles, go in one direction. And then make sure you go the opposite direction. And then breathing in and out of the nose. And from here, we'll hug the left knee in towards the chest. And then as you exhale, you'll twist towards the right side. And then make sure that the bolster is comfortable under your right knee. Making sure that your foot is also on the bolster on your pillow. And then we'll bring our arms out to a T. And then as you let everything soften in the twist, you can even close your eyes, connecting with the breath again. And then imagine that your body is melting down and softening what needs to soften. And then if you feel that the bolster is a bit too low, you can always prop the bolster a little bit higher by placing a block underneath it. That additional height can make the twist a little bit more comfortable. And then connecting with the breath again, in and out of the nose. And then from here, we'll take the props out. And then we'll do a hip opener. We'll keep the bolster where it is. And then we'll flip onto our chest and our belly. And then place the head where it's comfortable for the neck. So maybe looking onto one side. Or you even have the option to rest your forehead on the back of the head, on the back of the palms. And then breathing here. And if you feel there's any tension at the hip area, send the breath and then slowly exhale out. Soften again what needs to soften. And then to come out of it, you'll just straighten the left leg out. And then maybe do a bit of a shake at the hips, soft wiggle to get a bit of movement. And then we'll do those two poses on the opposite side. Okay, setting up the bolsters again to frame your body. We'll hug the right knee in. As you exhale, you'll twist towards the left side. And then as you set up for the twist, the other bolster can give you more anchor or more support on your right side. And then just gently place that on your mid or lower back. And then as you exhale, just letting your right side ground down. Letting the twist feel easy and comfortable. And then connecting with the breath again. Letting the breath be soft. And then as you stay in the shape, maybe notice what's running through the head. See if you can also quiet the mind, quiet the thoughts, and be able to find complete relaxation. And then when you're ready, we'll do our hip opener on the other side. Maybe staying for a moment before you flip onto your belly and your chest. And just keeping the right leg in this shape, letting it be soft on the bolster, letting the head be comfortable again. And then breathing softly. And then as you let the hips soften on this side, notice again what's running through the head. See if you can quiet the mind, quiet the thoughts. And then when you're ready, straighten the right leg out, do a bit of a shake, getting small movements again at the hips. And then staying for a moment before we come out of the shape. And then we roll onto our backs, making sure that your head is comfortable on the bolster or on the blanket. And then as we bend the knees, we'll lift the hips up and then we'll place one bolster underneath the butt. Adjust the blanket if needed so that your shoulders are pressing firmly on your mat. You have the option to keep the knees in the shape bent, or bring your feet as wide as the mat, knock the knees together. Or if it feels accessible for your lower back, you can straighten out the legs. And then this time, we'll let the front of the hips relax, the fronts of the thighs. Arms can be as wide as you like, maybe even out to a T or over the head if that's comfortable for you, as you stay here for a few cycles of breath. And then soften again what needs to soften in this shape. And when you're ready, the legs are straight, you'll bend the knees, and then we'll slide the bolster out. Bring the feet as wide as the mat, knock the knees together. So we'll lengthen the lower back for a few breaths. And then from here, we'll roll onto our right side and then we'll come up to seated. And then setting up for this pose, you'll need your bolster. You'll place your folded blanket towards the top. You'll grab your two blocks. And then you'll position yourself in front of the bolster, crossing at the shins. And then you'll bring the soles of the feet together. The heels can be as close to the groin or a bit farther away. And then you'll slowly lie down, adjust the blanket if needed. And then you can lift the butt up and then lengthen the tailbone forward so that it's comfortable for your lower back. The blocks are underneath the thighs or the knees to make this hip opening more accessible. And then just let the shoulders roll down. Let your back body melt down. And then just let your knees relax on the blocks. And then breathing softly in and out of the nose. And then staying here for as long as you like or for as long as you need. And then when you're ready to come out, we'll slide the blocks off to the side. We'll bring the knees together. Take your time. Be staying for a breath or two before moving. We'll roll off to one side, slowly coming up. And connecting with your breath. Be taking a few cycles as you end your restorative practice. So I hope you're able to follow that sequence and it was able to give you that calming effect from de-stressing from your day that can help give you better sleep at night. I would like to thank you for watching. This is EverYoga by Jo and Daya, sharing everyday yoga for everybody.